Hello students, welcome again. So in the last class we have started the discussion on models that we have already discussed something about OSI model, open system intercommunication model that we have discussed, and also we have studied about standard, that is ISO. Okay. So now in the OSI model, as we know, there are 7 layers. I have started the discussion on physical layer and data link layer. Okay, these two layers we have discussed already. For now it's a time to discuss other layers like network layer, okay, transport layer, session layer, presentation and application layers. Fine. Now here the network layer, it means that this is the third layer of the OSI model, and which is responsible for source to destination delivery of a packet. Here this point you have to remember. In the data link layer, what we have done, physical layer, there are data must be converted in the form of bit streams. Those bit streams are converted in the form of frames in the data link layer. Those individual frames are treated as a packet in the network layer. Okay, so let me show you how it will be a packet. So I can't right now, just I will make some rough figures to make you understand. Okay, so here H3 is there, data is there, it means header 3 and data. One this side represents sender side, okay, another side is representing receiver side. Fine. Now, okay, once again I will show you it. See now, here you can see the network layer diagram. There data will be coming from the transport layer at the sender side. That transport layer data which is sending to the receiver. So in the form of packets we are sending. Packets in the sense, whatever the data, okay, whatever the data we had in the transport layer or in the data link layer, you can say, so that is converted in the form of data frames we will call. So that frames are there already, so that will be converted into packets. So how it will be converted? If I draw, say for example, in the last class you understood that, I think here somewhere I have drawn with the help of the PPT also. Once again I will try to explain. Say you know that there are frames, this is frame 1, okay, say this is frame 2, okay, and this one is a frame 3. Frames are nothing but those are again combinations of bit streams will be there, but that sequence of bit streams is divided in the form of frames. So what data link layer is done, it is a framing we call. But here in the network layer what happens is, so all these frames added together, see now, so this is, I will make some other color to make you understand. Okay, here some transparent I have to make. See, this entire frames I have added in one box. This is called as a packet. This is called as a packet. So this is done in the network layer. So data packet we can call. So that data packet is sent to the next higher layer. Higher layer for the network layer is what? Transport layer. Okay, to sender, if you are sending to the receiver side. If it is coming from that side, higher layer for the network layer will be data link layer might be. Okay, it means that from transport layer we will take data and we will send that data to the network layer of the receiver side, and to it will go to the transport layer. That's all. So this is all about network layer. If you want to see, you can see much explanation is right here. So this is also called as source to destination delivery of a packet. Source to destination delivery of a packet means that frames is converted into packet. Finally that same packet will be go to the, and it will receive at the receiver side. That is called as source to destination delivery of a packet. Okay, data link layer oversees the delivery of a packet between two systems on the same network. Okay, this is one of the important point right here. What data link layer will do, it will deliver the packet between two systems on the same network. Okay, but the network layer does, it will ensures that each packet gets from its point to origin final destination. It means it will check whether the data packet coming from the data link layer are delivered to the destination or not. So that this is the reason we call it as the source to destination delivery of a packet for network layer. Fine. So one of the major responsibility of the network layer is this one. Okay, the network layer is responsible for delivery of individual packets from source host to destination host. This is the responsibility of the network layer. Okay, fine. Now other responsibilities of network layer other than this source to destination delivery of a packet, that you know, logical addressing will come, routing will come, and the next one, these are the major responsibilities. Final destination, route to switching also we can call. These are the other responsibilities of the network layer. You can see now logical addressing refers, okay, this is also responsibility of the network layer itself. Here logical addressing refers that physical addressing implemented by the data link layer, that you know, physical addressing means I have already told that trailer or header will be added to the data bit streams, that is h1, h2, h3, h4 like that we call it as a physical addressing, because in the physical addressing address of the destination will be added. Okay, but what is logical addressing now? That physical addressing is already added in the data link layer, that handles the addressing problem locally. If it is a local, no problem of that. If packet passes the network boundary, we need another addressing. It means if the receiver is other end, okay, or remote area, to sending that particular area, we should have one more addressing. That addressing is called as logical addressing. Okay, we need another addressing system to distinguish the source and destination systems. It means that if you are only adding header, if it is on the same network, then it is okay. If you are not adding logical addressing, what happens is, if the same addressing it is added, it will be confused whether the source and destinations are different. So we have to make differentiate between what is source and which one is destination. To make differentiate between these two, you have to add the addressing called as the logical addressing. The network layer adds a header to the packet coming from the upper layer. Obviously, network layer will add the header to the packet, not to the frames. Frames already we have done, so don't confuse with header is already added in the data link layer itself. Yes, header is added in the data link layer, but to the frames we have added, but here to the packets header will be added. Okay, fine. And one more responsibility of network layer is routing. Routing means which route it has to take to reach the destination, that is called as a routing. That particular routing is done in the network layer. Okay, when independent networks or links are connected to create a inter-network, this is not inter-network, this is inter-networks. Inter-network in the sense network of networks. The connecting device is called routers. Here it means you just simply understand that in the network layer routers will be used, or also we can call those routers as switches. Switches will be there in the network layer. That switches, what they will do, they will route or they will change the direction of the data which to go to reach destination. That is called as routing. Okay, that is done in the network layer. You can see here diagram is there, one end system to other end system. Some cross mark you can see now. B is there, right? Here this B is there, and here C is there. Those are nothing but routers. I think it is there here also. Okay, here you can see. Here this B is there, and here C is there, here E is there. These C, B, E are the routers or switches you can call. What they will do, say for example data coming from A and it has to reach to D, B will route that data direction to this side. Okay, if that data wants to go F, then B will decide this data has to go this side. That is known as routing. Fine. Okay, this is all about network layer. Then transport layer. The transport layer is responsible for process to process delivery of the entire message. That you know, Now in the network layer it is converted in the form of packets. Finally in the transport layer, that packets are treated as a message itself. So that message has to reach each process. So that is done in the transport layer. That process, you know, in the operating system already you have studied about the process. Here a process is an application program running on a host. Here process refers to which one is the application program and which is running at a host node. Okay. Whereas the network layer oversees source to destination delivery of the individual packets, it does not recognize any relationship between those packets. It means that in the network layer, obviously it will deliver each message or each packets to the source to destination, but it will not oversees or it will not take responsibility of what is the relationship between each packets. So that is network layer treats all packets individually, separate packets, but all packets together transport layer consider it as a message. Okay, and that message is delivered to all the particular destination, or you can call, or process to process delivery you can call. The transport layer on the other hand ensures that the whole message arrives intact and in order. It means that whatever the order sender is sending the message, the same order receiver must receive. Okay, say for example, if I am sending the message like hello, welcome to my home. Okay, hello, come to my home. If I am sending message, the order is first hello has to receive, come to home is has to be received at the receiver side. If the message coming like this, come to my home, hello, so that is not the proper order, correct? That order has to be maintained in the transport layer, so it will treat entire packets becomes one, that is known as a message here. And it will see other responsibilities like error control, flow control and source to destination level. Error control and source control, already you know what is flow control and error control. Okay, the transport layer is responsible for the delivery of a message from process to another process. This is the important responsibility of the transport layer that you have to remember. Okay, and other responsibilities are like this: service point addressing. Okay, it means sometimes computer run on several programs but same time it is running, then it means that source to destination delivery means delivery not only from one computer to the next but also from a specific process to process, that is taken care in the transport layer. Okay, and here it will check service point address. Okay, service point address in the sense the transport layer header must include some addressing. It means here header of the message must include some addressing, that addressing known as service point addressing. Okay, so the network layer gets each packet to the correct computer, the transport layer gets the entire message to correct process on that computer. That is obviously segmentation and reassembly. Here segmentation and reassembly in the sense that entire message is divided into some parts and those are arranged again, so that is known as segmentation and reassembly. Connection control, it means connection is there, connection should be there until all the message has to be received to the receiver side, so that is known as controlling the connection control. Flow control in the sense like in the data link layer, the transport layer is responsible for flow control. However, flow control is at this layer is performed end to end rather than the across single link. It means not only using the single link, it can use multiple links to send the data or send the message to the receiver. Okay, that is known as flow control right here. Error control, if anything is any error occurs in the message or any occurs in the packets, that error will be controlled in the transport layer. Okay, so this is also called as process to process delivery. Transport layer is always called as process to process delivery. Source to destination is what? Network layer. Process to process delivery, transport layer. That's all. So this will explain process to process delivery. This diagram will explain process to process delivery. In the sense, here in the first system there are three processes are executing and the receiver side also same three processes are received. So this is known as process to process delivery. Okay. The next layer is known as session layer. Session in the sense the time duration which the users are using or sender and receivers both are active, that particular time we call it as a session layer in general. So here in the case of OSI model, how to understand this session layer? the service is provided by the first three layers like physical data link layer, network layer are not sufficient sometimes, or it is not sufficient for some processes. So this time the session layer is the network dialog controller. Okay, what we call session layer is the network dialog controller. What it will do, it will maintain, okay, it maintains and it synchronizes and it maintains the interaction among the communicating systems. So that is why we call it as a dialog controller. Dialog controller is nothing but session layer is the dialog controller. The session layer is responsible for dialog control and synchronize. You may ask the question, what is dialog control? That is there in the next point itself. Okay, and you just keep in mind that session layer is the responsible for dialog control and synchronization. Dialog control in the sense, it allows two systems to enter into dialogue. Dialogue in the sense that particular space, okay, that particular space is allocated for one system. The same space can be allocated to the other systems at a time. That is known as a dialogue. Okay, it allows the communication between two processes to take place in either half or duplex, half duplex or full duplex. So that is known as dialog control. It means it will make sure that users or two end system can communicate with the help of half duplex, full duplex or duplex. In any of the mode, this is controlled by the session layer. This is known as a dialog control. That's all. Synchronization. Synchronization in the sense, in what, how many number of frames user has sent or sender has sent to the receiver, the same number of pages should be received at the particular time. So here one example is given to make understand synchronization. It means that, say for example, if system is sending file, okay, in any you take PDF file that which contains 2000 pages. Getting my point? System is sending file, that file contains 2000 pages, okay, and it is advisable, and they are giving the advice that checkpoints after every 100 pages. It means that system is sending 2000 pages, but for every 100 page it has to check all 100 pages are sent or not. Like this, for every 100 points we have added checkpoints, and if it is reaching 100 pages we will check whether all hundreds are sent or not. Like this, up to 2000 pages we will add checkpoints. Okay, each 100 page unit is received and acknowledged independently. It means that once the user is sending 2000 pages, for every 100 page we have added checkpoints. So if all 100 pages are reached first, receiver will send the acknowledgement back to the sender that I have received all 100. If not, then it will send again those 100 pages. Like this way, all the 2000 pages will be sent to the receiver. This synchronization is done in the session layer. I think you understood this. Presentation layer. The presentation layer is concerned with the syntax and semantics. Here you don't worry about the syntax and semantics, in the sense whether the message is in our proper order and whether the message having the proper meaning, that is checked in the presentation layer. That's all. Meaning and the order of the message is checked in the presentation layer. This diagram is showing that synchronization of the messages. Okay, this diagram is not for presentation. This is a diagram for session layer, which I have explained. Here black boxes you can see, those are nothing but checkpoints. Okay. Here this is a presentation layer. The presentation layer is responsible for three main terms. One is translation, compression and encryption. You remember this point. Okay, presentation layer is responsible for translation, compression and encryption. So what is translation now? Translation in the sense, the processes in two systems are usually exchanging information in the form of character, strings, numbers or anything. That information must be changed to bit streams before being transmitted. Say for example, if I am sending one picture cannot directly send to the receiver. How it will be converted? That picture is again converted in the form of bit streams. Again, once that bit stream is converted, that bit stream will send to the receiver, and the receiver is again has to receive the picture, so that bit streams is converted again into image. So this is known as translation. Getting my point? This is known as translation. Changing the data to the bit strings, or changing any text data to bit streams, that is zeros and ones. From zeros and ones again changing that zeros and ones to text, this is known as translation. Okay. Okay. Now the encryption. Encryption means if you are carrying sensitive information, okay, system must be able to ensure privacy. Means others should not understand what you are sending. So for that we have to give a security. That security is provided with the help of encryption. So encryption means that sender transforms the original information to another form and sends the resulting message out over the network. Say for example, if I want to send HELLO, I will send OLEH, but receiver side he will receive again in the correct format. In between, that is converted in the form of encrypted form. In between, that will be encrypted form. You can call it as a coded form. And receiver will receive original message. How he will receive original message? By using decryption, and he will decrypt that message and he will understand it. Compression. Compression in the sense, data compression reduces the number of bits contained in the information. Say if I will give some simple example to understand compression, you know zip file will be there. If you are having many pictures, 1000 pictures if you want to send, but that will take more memory, or it will take more time. So what you will do, you will make all 1000 pictures into zip file. That zip file will be sent. So what that zip file will do? Compressing the data. So here also many text data, audio data, video data will be converted in the form of compression, and that will be sent. This will be there in the presentation layer. And what application layer do? Application layer is simply nothing but it is the desktop or any computer where you are using, accessing, operating with these data, where you are interfacing with the system, that is known as application layer. Okay, in the application layer, whether you human may use or whether automated softwares may use, but that is known as application layer. That is very simple. Okay. Here responsibility of the application layer is, some protocols will come that you will understand in the next chapter, so don't worry right now. So application layer is responsible providing service to the user. I told that service to the user in the sense, whatever you are operating with the system, interfacing with that, that is known as service. Okay, and other services of application layer are network virtual terminal, file transfer, access and management, mail services, directory services. In the sense, a network virtual terminal is a software version of the physical terminal, and it allows the user to log on to remote host. In the sense, team viewer you are using. Say for example, I am using my system, but I want to access your data. What I will do is, I will install one software in my computer, and the same software is installed in your computer. Through my computer only I can access the data from your computer. That is known as virtual terminal, correct? So that is done in the application layer. That's all. File transfer, access and management. Here you can send any file, Word file, PDF file, video file, audio file to the receiver through the any communication media like a mail and all. That is comes under the application layer. Any file transfer will be there, that is comes under application layer only. Mail services, email, Gmail, whatever electronic mail you are sending, that. Sir, you can ask, sir, file transfer, email, both are same. No, email only you can chat in the email, or you can send any letter by typing, that is not a file. But if you are attaching any PDF file, that is file transfer. But though both these will come under application layer. Mail service, I told any mail you can use, that is known as mail services provided, that will comes under application layer. Directory services, it means the application provides distributed database sources and the global information about various objects and services. Means you can store data in a cloud. Okay, latest technology is there. Google, if you sign in into Google Mail, they will provide you 15 GB. and you can store your data to Google Drive. What is that Google Drive? That is a distributed database. Okay, that is database, but distributed in the sense that is distributed among the network. So this is done, and this will comes under application layer. You can watch this picture and you can understand the whole summary of the OSI model. Here also it is given. I will show you. Okay, see now, you can see first. Now I will come from the application layer to the physical layer. Okay, see now, here application, what it will do, it will to allow access to the network resources. Okay, presentation layer to translate, encrypt and compression of data. Session layer to establish message and terminate sessions. Okay, transport layer to provide a reliable process to process message delivery and the error recovery. Network layer to move packets from source to destination to provide internetworking. Internetworking in the sense network of network. Data link layer to organize bits into frames to provide hope to hope delivery. Bits into frames. Here physical layer to transmit bits over the medium to provide mechanical and electrical specification. Now for your question is, write and explain OSI model. You have to explain all the layers of the OSI model. Okay, that is your work. If you are not writing, that is also no problem, but just I will keep absent, so then I will not treat that as a present. So you have to write and submit to me. OSI, write and explain OSI model. All layers you need to explain. Okay, all layers, not just only one layer, and you should not just mention the layers, you have to explain. This is your question. Okay, so we'll meet in the next video. Thank you.